On June 22, 2023, Titan, a deep-sea submersible with 5 passengers, went missing. After hours, it started a voyage to see the remains of Titanic, a cruise ship that sank more than 100 years ago. After 5 days of search and rescue operation, the US Coast Guard declared that the submersible imploded and that all its passengers were already dead. As Christians, followers of Yeshua or Jesus Christ, what are the important lessons we can learn from this disaster? That's exactly what we're going to learn today, and we are going to discuss it right now. Let's go! Have you ever asked yourself, what are the most inspiring stories ever told in the Bible? Well, if your answer is yes, then you will surely love our free digital book entitled Written for Our Learning. In this book, you'll read 10 of the most inspiring Bible stories, from creation to the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Next, you'll learn life-changing lessons that will dramatically increase your faith in God and your love for His way of life. Finally, you'll discover compelling Bible stories you probably haven't heard before and get inspired by them. So if you want to get inspired, gain fresh wisdom, understanding, and insights, then you should get a copy of our free study guide written for our learning. Check out the download link in the description box. If you have questions, comments, and concerns, please let me know. I love hearing from you. Hello everyone, I'm Joshua Infantado, Becoming Christians Academy, the best online course for you if you want to become a zealous and faithful child of God. One of the most trending news today is the tragic end of the OceanGate Titan. The news has caught the attention of mainstream media since the passengers are high-profile personalities. First is Hamish Harding, who is a well-known British billionaire. He was the Action Aviation chairman. The second and third passengers were Shahzada Dawood and his son Suleiman Dawood. Shahzada was the vice chairman of Engro Corporation, which is one of the largest conglomerates in Pakistan. The fourth passenger is Paul Henry Nargolet. He was a 77-year-old retired Navy commander of the French Navy. Finally, the fifth passenger is Stockton Rush, the CEO and founder of OceanGate, the same company that operates Titan, the submersible that went missing. The passengers paid $250,000 to board Titan. The US Coast Guard confirmed that the 5 passengers of Titan submersible were already dead. They described the Titan experience as catastrophic implosion. Stockton Rush, the CEO of OceanGate, made some interesting claims in the past regarding his company. According to a report made by Daily Mail UK, Rush was recorded to have said that he doesn't want to hire 50-year-old white guys with military expertise because they are not inspirational. Stockton remarked in an interview with Teledyne Marine, he reported said that he wanted to hire young people to inspire others. He explained, "I wanted our team to be younger, to be inspirational. So we've really tried to get very intelligent, motivated, younger individuals involved because we're doing things that are completely new." Aside from that, a report revealed that Stockton didn't want to put Titan through independent testing anymore, as he believed that would just delay the rapid innovation of his company. He even fired a director who wanted to put Titan through more meticulous safety testing. As Christians, there are a lot of lessons we can learn from the tragedy that befell OceanGate's Titan and its passengers. I want to share with you 4 lessons. Number 1, choose the right people. This news reminds me of King Rehoboam, the son of King Solomon. When King Solomon died, King Rehoboam succeeded him. The people of Israel gathered together to ask King Rehoboam to lighten the burden, which Solomon put on them. King Rehoboam then asked the elders who have been with King Solomon for a long time. He also consulted his friends who grew up with him. The elders advised King Rehoboam to serve the people, and they will be loyal to him. The young friends of Rehoboam advised him to put more burden on the people. King Rehoboam had two options. Should he follow the more experienced and knowledgeable elders, or his close friends who don't have the necessary wisdom to run a kingdom? You can read the story in 1 Kings chapter 12 verses 1 to 24. And you may already know, King Rehoboam heeded his friends and rejected the advice of the elders. His decision led to the division of the kingdom of Israel in the northern kingdom and southern kingdom. There are some parallelisms in the story of Stockton Rush and King Rehoboam. When we choose people based on feelings rather than objective reasoning and common sense, we are choosing destruction for ourselves. Sadly, the wrong decision of Rush led to his demise along with other people in the submersible. Well, there's nothing wrong with wanting to be inspirational and hiring young and passionate individuals. We must not do it at the expense of quality and safety. As Christians, we must learn from this incident that there is wisdom in choosing people based on what they know and not who they know. Sadly, that's something we see in many corporations and businesses right now, and even in governments. People get promoted not based on their performance, but based on who backs them up. Number 2 lesson. Choose the right advice. I believe the most important lesson we can learn from both Stockton Rush and King Rehoboam is to know who to consult. It is commendable to seek advice, but it is equally important to know where you should get the right advice. In one of our online courses, Inspiring Stories, I have discussed the power of getting advice and how it can actually improve our decision making. In our course, I have also mentioned that asking people's advice may work, but we should never forget the most vital advice that we should get, and that is the advice that we get from God. We shouldn't simply consult with ourselves or other people, but we must also consult God in every decision we make. We read in James 1 verse 5, "If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives all liberally and without reproach, and it will be given to him." If you need wisdom, go to God. He is more than happy to give you wisdom and to help you make better decisions in your life. Number 3, money can only do so much. While there are a lot of things money can buy, money is not everything. Yes, money can afford you to do things the other ordinary people won't be able to do. It allows you to experience expensive trips, such as touring the Titanic wreck. Imagine paying $250,000 just to get a glimpse of Titanic. Yet we see here that no matter how rich you are, your money can't save you when facing death or when you are in a desperate situation. One passenger of Titan was a British billionaire. Not a millionaire, but a billionaire. Yet even having billions of dollars didn't save him from death. You see, death is no respecter of who you are. Whether you are a billionaire or a minimum wage earner, you would still one day have to face death. Hebrews 9:27 tells us, "And as it is appointed for men to die once, but after this, the judgment." So, death is a natural part of life. So instead of focusing our time and energy on becoming rich, what should we do then? We read Proverbs 11 verse 4. "Riches do not profit in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivers from death." It's quite fascinating to me to see a lot of people who are willing to risk their lives doing things that they really love. However, how many people would actually die for their faith in God? How many people are willing to make sacrifices just to follow God's commandments? How many people would actually forsake all that they have just to obtain the pearl of great price? You see, riches will not save you. God's righteousness in us will save you. Number 4, you never know when your time is up. The 5 passengers who paid to get on board the Titan didn't know that it will be their last voyage. Nobody knows that it will lead to their death. No one actually has a guarantee whether they will still be here tomorrow, or next week, next month, or next year. Tomorrow is not promised to anyone. That's why we need to take into heart what Psalm 90 verse 12 tells us. So teach us to number our days, that we may gain a heart of wisdom. When we understand how fragile life is, we start to appreciate it. We become more careful. We become more intentional about how we spend our time. We become more conscious and do our best to spend our time wisely. So eventually, it helps us to develop a heart of wisdom. It is always tragic when people lose their lives in an accident. We don't want anyone losing their lives in the way the 5 passengers did in the submersible. May we all learn the lessons from these accidents and do our best so that they will never happen again. Of course, as long as we are humans, accidents will happen. And that's why we should always go to Yahweh for wisdom, protection, and guidance. With that, I hope the lessons I've shared with you have opened your eyes to fresh insights on how we can live a more blessed and victorious life. Before you leave, please don't forget our free offer today, written for our learning. This Bible study guide will guide you through the most inspiring stories in the Bible and teach you its vital lessons. The digital book is absolutely free, so you have nothing to lose. You'll find the download link in the description box. Alright, with that, I hope this episode has been profitable and inspirational to you. Again, I'm Joshua Infantado of Becoming Christians Academy, praying that Yahweh, our Most High God, will bless us with His love, grace, and truth. See you next time.